Today's video, we're going to be building an Agritech 680 skid steer breaker. By building it ourselves, we're going to save a bunch of money in shipping as well as the total cost of the unit itself. This unit was extra cheap because it is missing some parts and it was broken apart in shipping. So I'm going to show you how much money was saved by installing this myself, as well as how much money was saved in shipping, and show you how. First thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to use the machine to move this around. These pieces are really heavy and you don't want to break your back doing it, so I'm trying to do this the easy way. My goal is to lift as little as possible and just put things in place using the machine. All I'm doing here is setting up the plate so that I can lift underneath it, and then once I can lift underneath it, I can then just place the bolt holes in place where I need them. So I'm going to hook underneath the mounting plate. I'm just placing this vertical because that is how it needs to mount. Then I'm using the mounting plate to just spin it in place. Move all my stuff out of the way. And try to line up the bolt holes the best I can. We're going to add bolts, locking nut, and washer, and the bolt and washer goes on the back side and the nut on the front side. The reason for this is the front side is much thicker metal, front side being the yellow side. Again, this is really heavy, so I'm just tightening up a couple bolts at a time. Next, I'm going to lift it up and get it into a little bit better position. So this is just the very beginning. This is almost 800 pounds, so it may not look like much, but you definitely want to be using the machine for this. Busting out the jack to make it a little bit easier. Just mount up each one of these holes. See, I use the foot tool. Don't bend over and use your back. Lift it up into an easier position. I have lots of other heavy equipment videos. I'd love for you to check out my channel. I know it gets kind of annoying when people say like and subscribe, but it really helps me out. I notice when someone just likes a video, I get a ton of views a few seconds later. It's crazy. Not a few seconds later, but a few days later. It's pretty incredible. The YouTube algorithm, if you like what you see, it takes me a lot of time to put together these videos. I'm just learning, so I'd really appreciate it. Here's everything that's going to come in the kit, and you're going to use this punch here. So all this pin does is it slides and locks this into place. So see how it sits in here. And then that pin just slides in. That's it. Shows why you have to have the notch in the right place. Here's a quick time lapse of me popping this pin out and sliding the bit into place. Always carry a knife with you. Next step is we're gonna install the hoses. These are just from Tractor Supply, and they were $29.99 a piece. And then we're gonna put in some couplers as well. So where these go is right here. Now it's kind of hard to see it, but it does say in and out here. But what this is hydraulic fluid coming in. So remember that this is backwards from your skid steer. Hydraulic coming out of the skid steer, that's where you're going in. So we're gonna put a male fitting on the end of this because it's gonna go into the female side. Because the cheap hoses are just male to male, we're going to use a female to female coupler on each one. So again, on the machine, this is your outflow. You're pushing hydraulic from here, and it's returning here. So that is why inlet for the attachment is actually outlet for the machine. It's opposite. So this is your inlet, the male side. And here's the last little bit of the hoses, installing them, and here we have our finished product. This is a complete breaker, but I know that a lot of you stayed tuned this far to find out the most important stuff, and that's how much money did I save or did I make by doing this? Key to this project is understanding how LTL shipping works. This is a very heavy piece of machinery. Like I said, it is 800 pounds. And by first shipping it to me disassembled, it is based on your cubic feet of space picked up or taken up. And I was able to save $300 in shipping by having it shipped to me in a much smaller package. I'll give you guys a little trick. Anytime you're shipping things LTL, put it on a pallet. Having it palletized, it doesn't even have to be strapped down. Just having it on a pallet will drastically reduce the cost of shipping. It took me about an hour to put this together, and I resold it to a customer, and here I am putting on a pallet ready to be shipped. So I saved $500 in shipping costs going both directions, and I made another $500 by building it myself. So $1,000 worth of profit for an hour worth of work.